So before I get to the word, if you can please like this video, subscribe to my channel so we can share the word, because it's all about Jesus. So let's get to it. Let's get to my favorite thing, Jesus. All right, so when I asked the Lord what he wanted me to talk about this week, he said pathways. So here we go. A pathway, according to Webster's 1828, says a path, usually a narrow way to be passed on foot, a way, a course of life. And it actually references Proverbs 12:28 here. It says, in the path of righteousness is life, and in its pathway there is no death. So when I was asking the Lord about pathways, he brought to mind Proverbs 3:5. And I know many of us have heard this before, but the word is alive and active, so let's read it. Proverbs 3:5-7, I'm reading out of ESV. It says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him and he will make straight your paths. Be not wise in your own eyes, fear the Lord and turn from evil. So some versions say level your paths. So it's to make it straight, to make it level. So I was asking the Lord about this, and it's so interesting because when you look at a pathway, even if it's straight, like the lines are parallel, right? And I find this interesting because I like psychology and also math, obviously. But anyways, so when the path, even if the path is parallel all the way through, our brain needs to make sense of the world. So because of the angles, and I won't get into all the science behind it, but basically what happens is, and it's kind of interesting because if you've never like thought about this or seen it before, you'll notice it next time. When you look at a path, even if it's straight, the lines look like they converge at a certain point. And so that's just for our brain to be able to make sense. But when I was thinking about pathways, even if a pathway like has twists and turns, you can't see what's around the bend, right? What's around the other side. And if a path is straight even, it converges. So you can't see past that convergence point. So how are we supposed to keep walking if we don't know what the heck is ahead? I'm glad you asked. Proverbs 3:5, trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding. If we were to lean on our own understanding and our brains and how our brains make sense of things, we would think, hey, look, it ends, right? It's not even, the lines don't even really cross. They're parallel. By definition, parallel lines never ever cross. They go on forever and ever, amen. So it's so interesting that pathways, even if they converge, we have to trust the Lord, because even if we can see ahead, we can't see past what we can see, you know? So something interesting to think about when we're trusting the Lord in all things. And another thing that I found interesting, in the Gospels, I believe all four of them, it references Isaiah 40 verses 3-5. And it's John the Baptist. He says, make way for the Lord. And so I'm just going to read Isaiah 40 verses 3-5. It says, a voice cries in the wilderness, prepare the way of the Lord. Make straight in the desert a highway for our God. Every valley shall be lifted up, every mountain and hill be made low. And uneven ground shall become level, the rough places a plain. And the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together, for the mouth of the Lord has spoken. So, if Jesus needs straight paths, we also need straight paths. And not to say that life is going to be rainbows and unicorns and straight paths and no drama or anything like that for the rest of our lives. That's not, the Lord promised that we would have tribulation in this life, but it's for our benefit. So, even when there's wilderness, even when there's crazy paths, even when the Lord has to be like, no, come back on the straight and narrow, we trust in the Lord because he has the best plan. So whatever your pathway looks like right now, I would encourage you, trust in the Lord. Lean not on your own plan, your own understanding, because he's got the way, he's got the answer. Love you with a Jesus love.